Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Well, hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Oh no, it's me, Donatello.
Welcome
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast.
to Hypecast.
Yeah, I'm your co-host Tom Ryman.
I'm the other one, David Bell.
And I am podcast owner Jeff May.
So you guys watched the Oscars?
I did.
I followed the social media updates of the Oscars.
I was ill. I was recovering from a cold. So
Everybody in this house was ill.
Yeah. So I was just
a
like,
real
you know
disaster.
what? I'll just watch this.
Yeah.
And it's boring. It's
Was it easy to watch? Like I didn't even attempt to watch it because I assumed it would be a pain in the ass.
You need an account, right? Did you need a cable account?
You know what? No, because there's an antenna in the house, and so you can get one of those.
I forget that's still a thing.
Digital antennas, like you can get them. They're like $20, and you can get all the network.
That's
All the
pretty cool.
networks. Yeah, you can get Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS.
We used. I had it on in the background while I was editing a podcast, and I didn't realize I have like my mother's Xfinity account, and so it needed a cable account to stream on ABC.
See, it sounded like a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
but I didn't have a digital antenna.
Here's the thing: it shouldn't be because it's network. So, like, all you really need,
Right? Like, I don't understand why they gatekeep this shit. Like, they should just stream it for free and then sell all the ads that they can.
it's probably expensive.
Well, this ties into the news I just read, which is the lowest ratings for
It's still a lot,
the
though.
Oscars. It's still a lot. It's still the highest rated award show, but
It's still like 249 million people.
Right.
Like, I saw that headline, and then I saw the number of people that watched it, and I was like, oh, you guys are splitting hairs.
I saw the stuff where conservatives were like, aha, yeah, the anti-Trump Oscars lowest rated. Thing is, the Oscars has been going downward in rating for the last 4 years.
The less the people have cable.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, the
Every
other thing,
award show is
the one
ratings are
thing
going down.
that people don't take into consideration with the Oscars is that as the Oscars has progressed, it's also been more people going to parties where one
person is watching it.
Right.
Yeah.
is watching it with 12 people.
It's
Or is
also
that just LA?
No, I think it's everywhere.
But
It's an excuse. It's like an excuse to like.
it's the Drama Club Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
an excuse to get together with your friends and eat pizza and watch something.
It's also just, I don't think people give a shit about the Oscars. as
Not
much.
really. I mean, it's
It's a circle jerk.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've made less and less of an effort to watch all the movies as the years go by. I was really
The movies are all right.
Yeah.
they were okay. Like
That I, Tonya. I like that movie.
I still haven't seen that.
seen
It
that.
looks really good. That
Great.
I need to see Lady Bird. I need to see The Post,
good.
even though
Nah, I'm not gonna.
I mean I like boring movies. And so it
Well,
sounds
then,
like The
what
Post
a
is
treat for
perfect
you.
For me,
Yeah.
Guess what? A well-acted, boring-ass movie.
about a newspaper.
Who saw the Best Picture winner? Did you see The
Shape of Water.
I have the screener and I still haven't watched it.
So I'm the only one who's watched it. I did not think it was a well-written movie. Best director, sure. Guillermo del Toro getting Best Director, that's great. He deserves it.
Yeah, he's been
It didn't win screenplay. That
Yeah.
was Get Out.
Yeah, which was
It's
great.
a wonderfully written movie.
But like
It's so weird that they
sh-
the movie that Dave, you pointed this out. Very often they'll give the movie that should have won best screenplay.
yeah, it tends to be whatever like insane thing that Spike Jonze made that year, or like films like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
they always get best screenplay, best original screenplay, and then
because
they
really
give
that's
best picture
just a different way of saying this was the best.
Well,
Yeah.
but best picture is also the sum of every part. And sometimes a lot, if you, especially because you guys are writers too, so you're going to take away a lot of the story only. I mean, not only because you guys are obviously huge movie guys, but like
Right.
you'll take away, I loved the story so much, this was the best movie. Versus some things where it's just like, it has the best story, plus the best cast, plus the best. So
Nobody
like,
I think the lead actress was nominated, but that was it. Like,
for Shape of Water.
yeah, right?
Yeah, it also just
no supporting actor. What's his name was nominated too, right? Wasn't
Shannon? I don't think so.
no, not Michael Shannon, the other guy.
the fish guy,
No,
Doug
not Doug
Jones?
Jones. The other guy.
the guy who's like
The guy who's talking to him in the tub.
Oh,
Oh,
did he get
Richard
nominated?
Jenkins.
Richard Jenkins was nominated. I'm pretty.
I would have loved to
Might have
see
been.
Richard Jenkins win an Oscar.
He's been
Has he
nominated.
not?
He's been nominated before. I
Yeah.
don't think he won.
But overall, as a movie, it's hard talking about this with two people who haven't seen it. But the and I guess this is very subjective. But when Get Out ended, I
was.
felt a lot of feelings. I was very pressed. It was just, it's a good, well directed movie.
It's
All
a
the
very
performances
well-done
are great.
movie.
Whereas The Shape of Water ended, and I just sort of went, well, that was kind of dumb. Because it's pretty much the plot to Splash. And the characters
Which is a fine film.
do in like explicable things that the characters often do things in the movie that serve only the plot and not the interest of the characters. Does that make sense? It's one of those movies,
Right.
like, without spoiling too much, like they steal the creature from the lab, and then they just hold on to it.
Spoilers.
That's the thing, is that's actually surprisingly early in the movie that happens. The trailer wouldn't, I guess. I don't
Well,
know
I'm
if you
out.
can tell from the trailer.
See you guys later.
Done.
But and then Michael
Done with
Shannon's
this.
character is just evil, and they don't really give him any depth beyond just being this evil government guy.
Is he sporting a Caesar like Zod was?
I have no people. Fucking Michael
Can we
Shannon.
just?
He's
I
not
know
much
it's.
different
Here's the
from
thing.
Zod.
What a great actor, but man, like when you see like the Man of Steel battles between the two of them, you're like, that guy is
Yeah.
fighting that guy,
Yeah,
and he's doing really well.
Michael Shannon, really?
That guy is fighting the other guy,
All right.
the big guy.
Yeah. The enormous dude?
Like
Sure.
even no, that's not right. That guy's good. He's like a good. He would be a Lex Luthor. Make that guy Lex Luthor. Like that's
Yeah.
how I was. Why isn't that guy Lex Luthor?
I don't know.
You know what? Let's make.
Let's just do a.
Why am I getting on the DC?
Let's just do another
Here-
Superman.
here's what I like
Make
about the
Michael Shannon,
Oscars.
Lex Luthor. What do you like?
Here's what I
the
liked
Oscars?
about the Oscars. Jimmy Kimmel's good.
yeah.
He's really great as a host because he's funny and aware. You know what he is? He's what Ricky Gervais has tried to be every time he hosts the Golden Globes, which is funny and like biting, but not. He somehow pulls it off without being like a piece of shit about
Right,
it.
Ricky
Yeah,
Gervais,
Ricky
is
Gervais is-
mean.
I think Ricky Gervais keeps trying to see how far he could go.
Yeah, he's like real mean spirited.
Ricky Gervais made me feel bad for Mel Gibson,
Yep.
which is a weird feeling to have. Like,
Right, because the joke he laid
I
on
sh-
him that Golden Globes was about alcohol.
yeah, it was just like,
it's
it
like-
wasn't like you're racist, you're sexist. It was like, ha, you're an alcoholic. And it was just like,
It's like, wow, man, maybe that's like maybe don't pick on him. for
Yeah.
that.
Do you not remember the R-worded by a pack of N-words
Yeah.
message?
Yeah.
Why don't we go with that one?
Let's go up into the racism, not the affliction that affects many people. Like,
yeah, Kimmel was good. His little, they did the thing where they brought a bunch of actors into they did one of those stunts.
Yeah, it was
where they
fun.
had all the regular people in the theater and they brought actors in. I'm getting a little sick of those. They did one the year
Last
before
year with
too.
the tour.
Yeah,
tour went in.
and like,
But it was everybody's favorite part of the Oscars last year. So like, how do you top that? Have fucking Army Hammer show up with a hot dog cannon,
that was pretty
and
good.
Guillermo del Toro and who was it? Lin-Manuel
Yeah,
Miranda
he was
holding a
there.
party sub. Like that's really funny.
That's pretty great. Yeah.
Mark Hamill, and but my other part is like, think about being in that theater, going to like do a preview of A Wrinkle in Time, and then Mark Hamill and Gal Gadot are like introducing each other, and like Margot Robbie's there. Like that's really fun, and that also is a real thing that keeps Hollywood more in touch with the perceived regular people instead of just the like circle jerk that it's always been.
True, yeah.
How much of that do you think was, I guess not staged, but like they're putting strangers on live television. They must have had some sort of screening process.
When you go into one of those screenings like that, usually for focus grouping and stuff, you sign certain rights away that you could be filmed for this, that you could do.
Right.
So like, I'm sure somewhere in that contract there was a statement of, you could be on live television. Because I've done plenty of those. Yeah,
that was one of the things I learned. This is sort of derailing it, but Cash Cab, remember Cash Cab?
Yeah.
I had always wondered about that. Apparently the people who take the cab think they're going to an audition. That's how it's done. It's like they're all like actors and people who know they're going to a game show, or they think they're going to a game show and they don't realize the game show's in the cab.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very smart.
Yeah.
So
the Oscars.
Fucking Oscars. I don't know.
It was fine. It is what it always is. I think they covered the diversity ground a little better this year with the nominations, but they still got a long way to go.
I think I don't know how to make the awards any better. I think they are what they are.
It's an award show. Like, what are you gonna?
The Academy will change over time.
Stuff is big, but like in terms of appealing to a wider audience, like I didn't want to see Logan get nominated this year, and it felt like
best adapted screenplay.
Yeah, that felt like they were trying to get. They were
Logan.
like, let's get some of the nerds in here.
I mean, of an adapted screenplay, though, maybe the options weren't the best for what's in there.
I refuse to believe that.
Yeah.
Like, out of the adapted screenplays that were produced this year, Logan was like the number 5.
Was The Road nominated as well? The Cormac McCarthy book?
I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Like, Logan was The Road.
I thought
essentially.
it was
more dumb.
I thought it was more Children of Men.
It's got Children of Men, but like,
I love Children. I saw Children of Men in like, there was like only one theater showing it, and it was like what used to be a nice theater. Now it very much is not a nice theater.
Yeah.
And I was like, are we all really going to see this?
The strip mall with the carpet that's just like moldy.
Yeah, this futuristic art house film. We're going to do that with the great tracking shot at the end? There's
a couple.
Oh, okay. You're all asking me for money. Great. This is a lot of people asking for change outside the theater.
And then they all want to come in and see the Children of Men.
Yeah. But there was a lot came from that. A lot of news, a lot of previews and
from
stuff.
the Oscars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got a few on. Here we got the
transition for you.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was a good
Thanks.
segue. We got the Roseanne reboot.
That's a tough one for me. I mean, watching the trailer, it's like, this is Roseanne.
Yeah,
I watched the show and enjoyed it very much as a child. Roseanne is a trash fire of a person.
Yeah.
But
she's playing it like the original Roseanne.
But written by the new Roseanne. So it's like the way it's being they didn't show there was no intimation that it's going to be this weird right-wing
No, it just looked like the old show.
It looked just like... And they had that little tongue-in-cheek Dan being dead thing.
Yeah, because the finale to Roseanne is bananas.
Well, the last season was bananas.
It's like...
she becomes a secret agent.
Yeah.
Well, and they won the lottery.
Yeah.
It was just weird.
It turns out like she's in a hospital. She's imagined the whole thing, right? And Dan's been dead for years.
And there was that heart attack episode.
It was a real bummer of an ending.
It's... any sitcom that you think is going to last forever and then just... ratings wise dies, the ending is always a bummer.
Yeah, it was
because it's gas. It's like watching a fish try to breathe out of water.
It was kind of a great.
Still wondering what happened to Alf, whether or not the government got him.
Did you ever watch the Alf Christmas special?
No,
I
don't
watch
think
it
so.
every year. It's Alf season 2, which is now on Amazon or Hulu or
It's
Netflix.
on one of them. Yeah,
one
you
of
can
them.
watch them.
I own it on DVD, obviously.
Right, yeah.
It is a 1 hour long special where Alf becomes, pardon the pun, alienated from the Tanners and then meets a girl about to die of cancer. And he's like the Christmas spirit of that experience. And there is the most heart-wrenching monologue by one of the doctors where you're just sitting there and be like, oh, this is, I'm dying with my brain.
Imagine
It's so
dying, being on your deathbed, and being visited by Alf.
Yeah, Christ.
It's crazy. It's insane. The whole, because it's such a nice, it's Alf.
Yeah.
Which is like a wacky comedy.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, it's this. And there was an article about it on Cracked one time where I was like, finally somebody else is acknowledging this.
Right.
Because I had it on tape. I had taped it as a kid.
Yeah, I think I remember the article now.
So you guys like watched Elf?
I watched some of Alf. I read there was a Marvel comic. I read the Marvel comic.
There was.
I remember vividly the last issue because it was a big picture of Alf that said "canceled" across the front.
I had the X-Melmen one or whatever. The Melmac.
Yeah, the Melmac.
The X-Men.
Yeah.
I remember that anti-drug cartoon with all the with all the cartoon characters and
That's
shit.
right.
Right? And Elf like threatens Garfield.
Alf had a cartoon where he was Gordon. It was the on Melmac
Yeah.
experience, and he wore a Hawaiian shirt for some reason. And then when he landed
his-
on Earth, he went nude.
Yeah.
Even though he could have worn, they have Hawaiian shirts on Earth.
They do. Yeah, they have shirts. And they have the Tommy Bahama stuff that he would have been real into that.
I had Alf cards. I had a electronic talking Alf plush doll.
So Elf was like huge,
It was a phenomenon.
and
Yeah,
then he just
very briefly.
dropped off the face of the earth.
Right, it
Yeah.
lasted 3 seasons. I'm pretty sure.
Jesus.
And then the cartoon.
And then the cartoon, which
the
I
burger.
remember Soren forcing me to watch the opening credits, the cartoon, while Cracked still existed with us there, and pointing out that the theme song is like pretty good. It's like a pretty good theme song.
The theme song to Camp Candy I always really liked.
I don't remember that one. I remember the show. I don't remember the theme song.
There are some great cartoon theme songs from the 80s where you're just sitting there, you're like, oh shit, this is actually better than the actual
Then the show itself.
Cartoon,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously everybody knows the X-Men one, the DuckTales one.
But do you know the Japanese X-Men intro?
Yes.
There's a
showed
different
me
intro in Japan.
and it's fucking amazing.
Almost more badass. Than the
Isn't it
American
like
one.
it's an anime style, isn't it? Like the way they did the animation
I think it's
of
the
the
same
intro?
animation.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
the same show. They just
it's just
did a different theme.
they just presented it in a different
Yeah.
way, so that it's just like 100% more badass. I don't know.
The
It's really crazy.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme shreds so hard.
That is somebody wailing on a
think
guitar.
Somebody told me, and I don't know if this is true or not, but it's Buckethead
I believe
that's
that.
wailing away on it.
Sure.
And that's fantastic.
That was
Sure.
wonderful.
Buckethead was a gunslinger for many, many years.
Yeah, he's
It's like guesting on lots of tracks from,
Yeah,
from like 1991 to like 2003.
isn't that nuts that a guy named Buckethead is like one of the best living guitarists in the world?
Yeah.
It's like fucking what? All right.
Why not?
As we're getting way off topic,
Fine.
but when Axl Rose came back on like the 2002 VMAs or whatever it was to perform "Welcome to the Jungle," and like Buckethead is there as like his guest guitarist or whatever, just like wailing with a Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket on his head. That is one of the funniest videos of all time.
And it's also because he's so just.
Because he's like, "Welcome to." like,
The other part of that too is like Buckethead's hair looks like Slash's hair a little bit.
right, he looks like Slash.
So you're like, is that Slash? Is that Slash under a Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket?
yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Is it like his alter ego? Is
He
it
plays
Tony Hawk?
Goro's theme in the Mortal Kombat movie. I thought, don't.
Really?
That's Buckethead.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best soundtracks.
It's an amazing soundtrack.
Love that soundtrack. Tracy Lords is on that
Yeah, she
soundtrack.
is.
What a great! Oh man,
Fucking great ass movie.
what a great!
That reptile. Every
That
time,
movie gave us so much.
Every soundtrack I've heard that involves reptile, Like every song from a soundtrack that involves Reptile is the best workout song I've ever heard.
Why aren't we getting a new Mortal Kombat movie?
They were
that
threatening to do
series.
one for a while. The series was okay.
Yeah.
It was good. I liked the way the writing was great.
Because I'm looking,
Yeah.
I'm looking back on the trailers, and there's the Netflix Lost in Space, and like, why do we have 2 Lost in Space attempts now and only 1 Mortal Kombat?
There were 2 Mortal Kombat attempts because Annihilation was a
Annihilation-
clear,
That's part of the same series.
but that was a batshit sequel with just Robin Show.
I mean,
as-
they immediately murdered Johnny Cage.
yeah.
Immediately murdered the
New
only character
Johnny
everyone
Cage.
liked.
You changed your Raiden. You changed Raiden from
Christopher
Christopher Lambert to
Lambert
that
to-
other guy. That's awesome.
What's his name?
Oh shit! I know James Remar,
yes, James Remar. Oh, shit.
And
the alien bounty hunter.
but you had a cartoon. You had a slightly popular cartoon on USA, I believe. You had a series. Then you had that YouTube film that ended up translating to
the web series.
the web series. So
I didn't.
it's
I did
done
not,
well.
I didn't like
Yeah.
the YouTube film. It changed too much for me.
Yeah.
But I liked what they went on to do the web series, which was more like
I liked
the game.
Yeah.
I just want to see a movie with give it $100 million budget, give it a stupid,
fucking $100 million Mortal Kombat.
stupid big budget, and just take another swing at Mortal Kombat.
The problem
I
with
want to see it all. I want to see a CGI Goro. I don't give a fuck.
the problem with
Let's just do it.
I thought that the Goro that they had in the movie was
Oh
great.
yeah, it's
dope,
great.
yeah.
That's
Alec
Gillis.
Alec Gillis, yeah.
The problem with Mortal Kombat is it's a stupid fighting game with no real room for a plot.
Well, no,
And
it's a tournament. For
It
the
has
fate of
an
mankind.
impossibly
Convoluted.
complicated storyline.
I've seen my fair share of YouTube videos of guys being like, "Is this ninja actually this guy?" And I'm like, "No one cares. No one cares."
I wrote an episode of Escort Mission, the show with Michael Swing.
Oh yeah.
Where I did it was just about the storyline of Mortal Kombat.
It's insane.
It isn't.
It's-
It's complete. I didn't realize how insane it was until I sat down to write that episode because I've played every single game, so I've just been following the game for 20 years, so I just know the story.
There's a Game Boy twist that reveals whether or not some dude is Shao Kahn or is not his advisor. I forget who it is,
I
but
don't
I went
fucking
down
know that shit.
I went down a huge YouTube hole where this guy, after an 11-minute video, just said, "And I'm pretty up on my Mortal Kombat timeline," or something. And I was like, "Oh man, this is a bad sign of what I'm doing with my time."
I think. Did you tweet something? I think I remember.
I did,
I remember
yeah.
that line being like, "And I'm up on my Mortal." It's like nobody doubts that you're up on your Mortal Kombat knowledge, my friend.
Yeah. Who's on YouTube being like, nobody else knows about Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I can see you in your flame bowling shirt.
Yeah.
And your vape pen.
He might have been wearing a mask, and I'm not even kidding.
Oh, that's great.
Nobody is questioning your Mortal Kombat knowledge.
Yeah, nobody's. Who's your favorite Mortal Kombat character before we go on? Who's your
My main was Baraka,
you played with? Yeah.
but he hasn't been in that many games, so it's Melina pretty much.
Okay.
I like the needle teeth people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. You do. You have a type. Huh?
I have a type. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You and I interacted on this tweet. So I watched a 15-minute YouTube video that ended with a guy saying, "I know the Mortal Kombat lore like the back of my hand." So no, things aren't going well.
What did I say?
That's bullshit. I'm way more familiar with the Mortal Kombat lore than that guy. And then Ian 40 writes, "The character Scorpion, despite his name, is not a real scorpion." And then I wrote, "It went deep." I was like, why am I even watching this? Mortal Kombat sucks. Which is 100% true. Mortal Kombat as a series kind of sucks.
Well, it could
Like
have,
a
the
little
first
bit.
game could not be more lazy, right?
It wasn't.
felt like-
It wasn't lazy. It
Really?
was just they only had a certain amount of money.
Right, that's true.
It's really
just the fact that
pretty
there's,
sweet for what they
how
had.
many characters now are there that are just reskins of
The palette
Scorpion?
swaps? Yeah, but that's... I mean, if you have clans of ninjas, why would
Sure,
there be
yeah.
warring factions or different colors? I'm fine. And the cyborgs, you're going to make your cyborgs look
Right.
like... But I also love that that at one point in time, they're like, and you know what else we're going to have fighting these cyborgs? Just a cop with a backwards
cop.
hat.
The cop who's clearly out of shape.
Yeah, like a kind of Jeff Daniels-y looking cop.
Yeah. And the animation for him doing his roundhouse kick is the best.
That being said,
It's like, I feel like there were some wires involved to get his leg around. It's the best.
In Mortal Kombat, the one that came out for PS3, it was like Mortal Kombat X maybe or something like that.
It was just called Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. The X-ray move
For
that
Stryker
Stryker does
is amazing.
Is the most brutal thing I have ever seen in my life.
This?
So there are these.
It's the super moves in Mortal Kombat 9, which is called Mortal Kombat on PS3, and then Mortal Kombat X for PS4.
Yeah, I think
are
I
these
played
they
that.
call them X-rays? Yeah, we've played a little bit of it.
Oh yeah, where they go. Oh yeah,
And it's
oh,
like
yeah.
a brutal
Yeah.
combo.
It shows you the
When
X-ray
they go
of what they're.
into this-
Yeah,
His
like in the Final Destination movie, they
Yeah.
did that as well.
So his starts with a flashlight to your eyes to stun you. Then he fucking like shoots you in the leg, or he does something to get you on the ground, and then takes his mag light out and bashes you in the forehead, hits you with a billy club, and you hear the boom, and it's the most brutal sound you could like. Whoever
There's
did
a
the
taser
sound
in there,
effects
too.
for that, and then at the end
There's a
he
taser.
moves by putting a taser up to your chin and turning it on.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
so. Well, we're gonna watch it after this, and you're gonna be like, "Fuck." Jesus Christ!
that's the fatality.
Yeah, no, it's not even a fatality.
I know,
that's a medium move.
God. Those fucking X-ray, like they had that in the Fight Club game, I think, as well. There was a few
Oh,
games
yeah.
that did
Oh,
it,
that
and a few
game.
movies.
Oof.
That was a weird thing we did very briefly. And
Yeah.
what was that? Mid 2000s.
Around 2004.
Yeah, and it was very strange because it would be stuff like that where it's like breaking their skull, and then the character just gets back up and keeps fighting.
It's Bushido Blade. That was the first game. That's just like, man, you cut someone, they're done.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
dead. There was
Sounds-
a game
Sounds
called
like it works.
there's a game called Time Killers that did that. It was an arcade game in the early '90s. But if you knew the right move, you could just like the round would start, you just chop off the other guy's head. That's it.
There's this great. Remember that show Deadliest Warrior, where it was like, who'd win, a samurai
Yeah.
or a Viking? There's a game that you could download for 360 and PS3 where it was like kind of like it worked on the probability of what happens. So if you're a Viking and you throw a spear, you could hit the guy in the shoulder, or you could just go right through their fucking face and kill them immediately.
Excellent.
my
It was
kinda game.
fantastic.
Pretty badass.
So this seems like a good time to
So
talk
Lost
about
in
the Mary
Space.
Poppins
So,
trailer.
yeah.
Or Lost in Space.
Bonus material.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh no, I want all of that.
We're just getting excited
To
about
be
Mortal
in this,
Kombat.
yeah.
So it was provoked by Lost in Space, which is I don't know why they're.
Did you watch the trailer?
Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah.
It like they put I mean, just objectively, like how it looks great. Like they spent a lot of money
yeah.
on it.
It looks fine. It looks like the old Lost in Space kind of stuff.
But, like-
you know what it looks like? It looks like Abrams Star Trek-y
Yeah.
on the ground
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
But I don't. It's interesting that you bring that up because I don't understand why that's a well we keep going back to. Like Lost in Space, it's such a hokey, silly TV show,
The Swiss Family Robinson.
right?
Yeah.
And they're literally the Robinsons.
Yeah, it's Star Trek, but with the stranded aspect, which I get, but
Right, but the better version, we have the better version of that, which is Star Trek.
or like Star Trek Voyager is that where they get lost in space in Voyager. That's the whole
Yeah.
plot. Like I get that idea.
It's
of, like,
a
we're
weird-
in space, we don't know where the hell we are.
But
It's-
there's also a reverence for it being very early sci-fi.
yeah.
You know, people like what other sci-fi series were that, like it came out in, when was that, like 60?
60s.
Yeah, like 63.
I think early 60s,
like
yeah.
before Star
It was
Trek.
before Star Trek.
It's-
So
So-
like that, there's a reverence that people have for that. In the same way, it's like, oh, that was a thing that was a big deal back
yeah.
then.
Yeah, it just feels like a spoof at this point because
Right, because it's this
seeing
is
that like gritty black weird robot being like danger Will Robinson. Like I'm supposed to be like yeah, like
oh, that's cool. It's the robot. Like this is
It's just
this is a
called-
fake trailer from like 30 Rock or something where it's like the gritty reboot of Lost in Space.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
The other part about it too is who's that invested. It would be like doing a
don't know.
Space 1999. Like
Yeah.
who
Right.
really? Who's this for?
well,
A Dark Skies reboot.
You know, like
I think that this is the problem I think with Star Trek Discovery, which is that they wanted to be like the Chris Pine Star Treks where it's like for a newer, younger audience. And
now,
I
now
guess
get our app.
That's fine, but they alienate the original fans of Star Trek by doing that because it's all action based and it's not nerdy enough and all that crap. However, it's on like CBS All Access Pass and on CBS, which only old people are going. Well, old people aren't going to do the online version, but like it targets nobody because it's like my parents watch CBS and they're watching this like. This isn't Star Trek.
But the thing about it is Star Trek people will always watch. They're not going to bail.
Some do. I abandoned it. Alex Schmidt
millennials
powered through the season.
There should be a gritty.
I heard it's good. Like I heard it's really good. It might not be the original Star Trek.
Terrible.
Yeah, we watched the first 2 episodes, which is a single storyline.
Yeah.
For a review video that we did on Cracked, and it was real bad.
Yeah, the thing is,
Like-
I don't mind the updating and the even more action based. I guess like that bothers me, but it's like whatever. It was more that the characters. It felt like very Walking Dead, where the characters are trying to create drama by just being dumb,
By being
Like
dumb and difficult. For no
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, just
Like
right.
the characters have conflict because they have conflict. Like
Yeah.
the conflict arises from one character suddenly yelling at another character for like no real reason.
I want
Very strange.
I want a series that's just what happens at the end of USS Callister from Black Mirror.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched that episode.
Oh, that would be great.
Oh, well then never mind. But
Oh,
see that
yeah, watch
episode.
that.
What is
That's
wrong
a
with
great
you?
episode,
It
yeah.
is it's my favorite Star Trek anything.
I get.
I've heard
I
it's
really
good.
liked it. I got really sick of that season because I've noticed
it's
more
so
and more
good.
Black Mirror episodes have been like them in the writers' room. Like, I don't know, what if things in computers have souls? And like that's been like
There's going to
so
be a season
many-
5.
Yeah,
I just
they're
greenlit
running
a
out
season 5 of
steam.
Black Mirror.
I think they're really running out of steam because half of their episodes now are just like, what if you digitize yourself, but yourself has feelings?
Okay, but at the same time, well, no, there's like
There was that one. That's one.
okay,
There was the John Hamm one.
and there was the
There was the last season
the
finale
dating
of this one.
or whatever. I don't want to
There's
say too
the
much.
dating
figures.
one.
But
that
here's
just
the
seems
thing.
to be a regular
But that's-
theme where it's like,
Yeah, but
oh, okay,
watch-
it's a thing in a computer.
But also watch the Twilight Zone and how many of those stories are the same goddamn
Yeah.
thing. Like yeah, you're not everything is going to be a massive hit, but Black Mirror attacks emotionally and it gets you invested better than most things I've seen.
yeah, and I have enjoyed every season so far.
Yeah.
I'm just getting that feeling of
It's-
like I feel like they're running out of steam a little
Yeah.
bit.
We'll see.
It's one of those things though, like Jesus Christ, in the first season of the Twilight Zone, there's a guy being hunted by a one-armed bandit. They're going, Franklin! You ever see that one?
Yeah.
And you're just like, this is what you guys opened with? Oh no, it's a...
Oh, I think isn't the first episode Is Anybody There? Where it's the guy that's just like walking around the completely empty town.
I don't know.
Maybe?
to
Yeah,
go
I
back
don't
and
remember.
watch
Yeah, I'll have to... I'm down with this season. Black Mirror, they could just keep doing. I don't mind that at all.
I mean, for every episode I described, there's always a really good original. I mean, again, the USS Callister is a great fucking episode. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
they
really
do that
good-
thing really well.
Yeah.
But that would be like...
But I liked also like the little robot dog one. That was great. Little dogs running around. That one.
Jesus. Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was
but
a lot of fun.
fuck, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the thing about Black Mirror that I love is that when I'm done with an episode, I just go, fuck!
Yeah.
Like, even if it's a really, like, one of the sweet ones, I'm like, it gets you emotionally. Like,
Yeah.
they do a really good job. And, yeah, like, I get that they kind of, half of them Shyamalan you at the end, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh. But even the ones that don't are just really,
yeah.
really
Yeah,
good.
every one that I've watched has been really
Yeah.
tightly
That,
written.
that
There's-
one with Bryce Dallas Howard,
That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
where you shouldn't be that invested in how stressed out you're getting, and you get your stress levels just get amped up for this poor kind of losery girl,
Yeah.
and you're just sitting there getting just increasingly stressed for something that's relatively innocuous that you shouldn't really care about.
Right, and the scenarios they always do, they're not quite realistic, but they hit close enough to home that you like, where it's like you can never envision a future like this, but it's enough of a commentary of what's actually going on in the real world that you still like feel you feel it.
Yeah.
I guess like that episode is one where it's like I don't see. It's not any sort of like, oh, watch out or we're gonna go in this direction. It's more of like the general vibe of social media. And
I see a lot of people think it's cool. Like, I see a lot of people that are like kind of shitting on Black Mirror because they're like looking at it very negatively for what you were saying about it being like, oh, the robots have a soul or something like that. But they get like really kind of snarky about it, and they're like, anyway, I'm going to watch Doctor Who travel in time again. And it's just like, well, that's what? Why is your shitty sci-fi somehow better than this shitty sci-fi? Like,
I think it's because Black Mirror is just popular, right?
That's because Doctor Who,
Is
man,
Doctor Who
boy,
popular?
is that an underground thing.
Yeah.
It's Doctor Who is insanely huge. As much as people want to think they're
Right.
avant-garde for liking Doctor Who, it's like
I've still not watched a single episode.
Same here. Same here.
I tried because here's what I did, and I'm sure it's great. I tried watching the beginnings of 2 different seasons, and I was like, this looks like it was filmed on an iPhone.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't get through. I did 2 Eccleston episodes, and I was like, this is trash, and I can't watch it anymore. And then I went to what's his name? Purple Man. The
Oh shit!
the guy.
Why am I blanking
out of his name?
Wait, what?
The 9th or the 10th or the 11th Doctor.
The guy
I
who
don't
played
know,
the
man.
Purple Man on Jessica Jones.
Oh.
Why am I? Everyone listening is just like,
Shit.
fuck these
Is
people.
screaming
so
his name
hard.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
He's in the Fright Night remake. What the fuck is his name? Why can't I remember
He's
his
in the
name?
Fright Night?
Yeah, he's in
Man.
Harry Potter.
I gotta watch the Friday Night.
I fucking know this dude, and I can't think of his name.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you're just
David
Look it
Tennant.
up.
David
Ah.
Tennant, yeah. And I watched 2 or 3 episodes of the David Tennant, and I was just like, I don't like it. And I'm sure they're like,
that's fair.
no, you just got to stick to like 40 or 50 episodes. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not gonna do that. That's a lot of time.
You know how many episodes Breaking Bad took? The one.
Just
Took
the first
one
episode.
And then
It's
I
a
was
great
like,
episode.
I'm with you, Breaking
It
Bad.
starts with him in his underpants in the desert. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Immediately, I want to know what's going on.
That is I don't know. Like, I'm not against Doctor Who, but I do not necessarily buy into the idea that you're like, we're the untouchables of the nerd world. It's like, no, you're not.
I get some of the complaints against Black Mirror in that it is kind of it deliberately so, but it's sort of limited because it's only
all
technology.
tech, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's some really fucking great episodes. It's a really good show. The other thing that really bugs me, though, and I this isn't really praise for it, but I've seen so many articles that are like, did Black Mirror predict blank? Did Black Mirror predict this? And it's like, well, yeah, because it's commentary on the time that we're living in. So, like, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
It's
that's
trying,
kind of
it's trying to predict these things. Because I know that episode, the weird Facebook thing, like China has an app that's similar to that now, and they're like, Black Mirror predicted it. And it's like, no, Black Mirror was
Yeah, it was noticing it.
Yeah, noticing it.
Yeah. So we'll get another batch of episodes about that.
Yeah.
What were the other trailers we had to talk about?
Mary Poppins and Christopher Robin. Mary Poppins is just
It's
the
just
same
Mary
bit.
Poppins.
Yeah, it's just.
But it's called Returns, which is confusing to me.
well, she's
So is it a
returning.
sequel?
It's a sequel. Yeah.
But it's the same kids and
Our adults.
Yeah, the kids are the adults.
You didn't notice that in the preview?
The brother and sister are married. To
But
each
like
other
Lin-Manuel
now.
is supposed to be Dick Van Dyke, right?
I don't know.
He's the same guy.
He's an immortal, I guess.
So he's like not aged.
Well, I mean, it's maybe,
maybe
not.
Was it like 10? Has it been like 10 years?
How did he know Mary Poppins? Was he some sort of wizard or
I
something?
felt like they used to fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you
they
get that
used to fuck.
vibe?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing too. Not a fan of Mary Poppins. I never was as a kid.
I watched
It's
it.
boring.
I watched
Right?
it not too long
Yeah.
ago, and it is like on a technical level. I was like, this is really impressive.
It's very.
and I can see how this was a big deal at the time.
Oh, it's a chimney sweep me age.
Yeah, pretty boring.
Fucking Dick Van Dyke.
It really like. Do you remember how Mary Poppins ends? Does anybody?
It's
one
a
of
school
those
shooting,
movies-
right?
She flies away.
She flies away.
No,
and-
like plot wise, like. what
I
is
think
the
they
arc,
we learned to
the
do
story?
our own thing.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's one of those movies where like Dick Van Dyke plays 2 characters in it. Do you remember who the other character is?
No.
One was
Yeah.
Dick.
One
The
is
other
like
one
an
was
old man.
Van Dyke.
There's like a plot with like the parents.
It's facial
and-
hair, right?
I guess like there was a like it's one of those movies where I always remember some of the key moments, but I've never like watched it to the end. I'll get bored or something. So like,
it's a boring
watching it full through. I was like, oh, so this is how it ends. Like I
also think that maybe this movie was never for us.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty.
Like, this is a very young child, and more like if you're going to be like a tween or whatever, it would be probably for women.
I feel like you also have to have been born in the 1940s.
Right. I still want to know how they're going to handle
World War II.
Because I think World War One it takes place right before, or is it between? Wars?
I think it's between wars.
Yeah, so those kids are probably going to die. I guess not because we see them old, but
I don't know if Disney's going to do that.
Yeah.
They might. I don't know.
They could. Disney's gotten cute with
the
some stuff.
bombing of London.
Yeah, like London looks fine in this trailer. But
Bombs falling on her stupid umbrella.
Bouncing off. Mary Poppins, you're magic. Why don't you help us?
Oh, no.
No, you have to learn to take care of yourself. Fuck you, we're getting shot. That's Mary Poppins Returns.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Saving Private Poppins. But she's good. They picked a good actress, I think.
Emily
Yeah.
Blunt? Yeah,
They were going to go with
fine.
what's her name, right? The woman that everybody hates for no reason.
British lady? Is she
She was Princess Diaries.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, weren't they going to go with Anne Hathaway?
Oh, I could see
Which perfect.
Yeah,
that would have been
she'd be
perfect. And then apparently,
Well, like,
it might not have worked out, but a lot of people were like, "Really?" It's like, yeah, that's a great
Mary
idea.
Poppins is in that movie, isn't she? Isn't she the
she's
older lady? That's
yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, that fucking
Fucking
fine.
Mary
Whatever.
Poppins. I don't know,
I
man.
don't get why people are complaining. I saw
I
there
just
was
don't... Go ahead.
Jinx, give me $5,000. So they announced there's been news going around on the old Facebook, and it's probably going to be nothing, that Tom Cruise might be a Green Lantern.
Okay.
And boy, are people losing their minds over it. And I'm like, what is he bad in exactly?
Yeah.
And they're like, I mean, it's Scientology, right? And I'm like, that's not what we're saying here.
Yeah, that's not...
I feel like Tom Cruise is a great producer and he knows what to do for his career, so I feel like this was like he was one of the last holdouts where he's finally like talking to his agent and just like, just give me a superhero.
He tried to be Iron Man.
Yeah, he did.
He hasn't been holding out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
He's
he tried to be
always
Iron Man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But here's the thing.
That's who they wanted, actually.
Yeah. For years. Before even MCU was a thing, they were trying to get him.
He would have been good. I mean, I like Robert Downey Jr., but...
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's hard to compare the two.
Do you think he was a good choice?
Yeah, I think he was pretty good.
You want to go out on that?
I think
that limb?
that kid was good. He's a good kid.
But the thing about Tom Cruise is the hate for Tom Cruise is it's not about his acting.
No, it's about his personal life.
It's about he jumped on the Oprah couch.
Yeah.
Or he's like, oh, he's in a weird cult that Mimi Rogers got him into. It's
Right.
like, okay, but also Edge of Tomorrow was dope. Oblivion was dope. Like,
I didn't see Oblivion.
The Mission
Edge of Tomorrow's pretty
Impossible.
good.
the Mission Impossible movies are fantastic.
They're like getting better as they go, which is crazy.
American Made was fantastic.
I didn't watch it.
The
Mummy was very bad.
The Mummy was bad, but was that him?
He was fine in it.
Or was that The Mummy?
I wouldn't blame him.
I would, because they a remake of the Mummy, however you want to take that, but like that was a movie that definitely Tom Cruise got a hold of and made it into a Tom Cruise movie, which is definitely not what the Mummy remake needed to be.
That's the thing, is he only knows how to make it. It's weird because I really like Tom Cruise as a producer. Because he especially with the Mission Impossibles, he's made a lot of smart decisions. When he had all that shit with Oprah, like he made a conscious business decision as a producer. Like, okay, as an actor, I'm not popular. I'm going to do a comedy. Like he did Tropic Thunder. I'm going to be
so good.
funny,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to bring in Jeremy Renner, which was a producer decision of like I'm going to bring in this younger guy, and if this
That's
stuff
really
doesn't
popular at
work
the
out,
time.
yeah, and if this stuff doesn't work out with me anymore, we'll
You
give
can put
it
him
over
in
to
it,
that
yeah.
person, and then it did work out. But he's always been. He's able to like
Collateral.
think like a producer and put his ego aside to some extent. And then the shit he's doing with the stunts, it's great. He's not a stunt man. He's not Jackie Chan, but he's just been, and it just doesn't seem like he's learning to fight or anything. He's just like, I'm going to strap myself to this thing
And just pull me into a wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you sure? You are 50. You're 53.
No,
Yeah.
hang me from this helicopter.
You know what?
You qualify for senior citizen discounts.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
bones
no,
are brittle.
like I used to be sort of that, like, you know, Tom Cruise, what a fucking psycho, right? And I'm like, I like his movies. I like
fun.
what and so like, and picturing him as Hal Jordan, I'm like, I can really buy into that.
Yeah.
And I don't get why people are angry about
He's
it.
a little old, but
I mean, they made Batman old.
that's
Like
true.
you could. This is
You could do
clearly
old
a thing
Jordan,
you
yeah.
could do.
Yeah.
Like, why not? I don't see the problem. Shit, you could make. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Superman could be old because that son of a bitch doesn't age.
Let's do a whole, like, they should just make them all old.
Just make them all old.
Let's
Just do
old
Kingdom
super-
Come. Do Kingdom Come.
Is that old
It's all
superheroes?
old superheroes.
That'd
The
be
thing,
great.
the thing about the DC universe, if you think about it, is the two people or the three people that are young, really young in that, are Wonder Woman, who doesn't age, Superman, who doesn't age, and the Flash, and there's a million of those.
There's like 5 Flashes.
They keep there's a new Flash every 8 months in the comics. So like that being said, like you can have old people Justice League
Yeah.
and still have young looking people in it because those characters are aged. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about superheroes and Disney. I don't want to talk about this much, but the Marvel Disney just announced a new slate of films. Have you guys looked at the
It's just
films?
all untitled.
Yeah.
Disney.
Untitled live action film. It's
how
like,
is
what
this
the
news?
fuck? Like,
Yeah.
And they pushed Mulan back 2 years almost.
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I mean, if they're gonna make a better movie, I don't think they're like, you know what, we hate Chinese people, so
No, that
Push
was
it
in
back.
The press release. That's-
oh, was
yeah,
it?
it's like we're pushing
Wow.
this back because we hate Chinese people.
Not a
Yeah.
smart move for Disney.
Yeah.
No.
It's a strange hill for them.
You know
to
what
die
though?
on.
You
Business decision.
Yeah, you got to
it
stick
was
to your gun.
Jews in the 30s and 40s. It was
Now it's China.
the Chinese now, you know. But
Orientals.
yeah. They should be working on our railroads, not watching our movies. I will say this though, I could go for the rest of my life with just having surprise superhero movies show up. Like without knowing what the next 4 years. I don't need to know what the next 4
Yeah,
years
Knowing
is.
what they are diminishes them definitely. Like one of the there's many reasons why Age of Ultron is bad. One of the reasons was that I couldn't care about it because like I knew, okay, there's Avengers 3 is coming up, and that's going to be the one with Thanos. That's going to be the one that matters.
They might
Like,
as
this
well
is
call
just
it Avengers 2 placeholder. Where
Yeah.
they're just like, this is just a movie.
Check out this photograph on set of Ultron, Age of Ultron. It's Captain America standing. You ready for it?
Yeah.
It's like the Venom teaser trailer where I'm like, fine,
You guys remember when...
don't show me Venom.
You remember when
I can be surprised
X2,
by it.
the ending of X2, where they hint at the Phoenix,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you didn't know because they hadn't announced that they were making a Phoenix movie?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, isn't that nice? Like, isn't
Yeah.
that what how sequels are supposed to work?
I like a surprise.
Yeah.
Generally,
And we don't get that anymore.
Right. You sort of plan, and this has been a problem for many years now, but you plan on the sequel once you figure out whether or not people enjoy your movie.
Yeah, that's...
Like,
I mean, that's the thing. It's
Like
it's
they're-
not. It's
they announced like fucking like Back to the Mummy, like they announced the Dark Universe.
Yeah,
Like,
they were-
before it came out, like they're like, we're gonna do this whole expanded universe with all these old Universal monsters. It's like maybe wait and see if anyone gives a shit.
and you're opening with the Mummy.
Yeah.
Opening with the Mummy is like opening with Iron Man for the Avengers.
That's a dark match before like
Yeah.
Raw comes on.
Exactly.
Like-
Like when they chose Iron Man as as their big opener, they did it to be like, can this work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's make it work before we do a Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
But like Iron Man has always been like, as far as Avengers
He
canon
was
over the past.
firmly B-list.
Yeah,
at that
kind of. Yeah, he was like
Yeah.
third. You know, everyone
Yeah.
was like, you got Captain America, you got the Hulk, you got Thor, Iron Man's there.
point. And there's Iron Man. Like he was a pretty firm, solid B-list character
Yeah.
at the time.
But it really worked.
Damn right it did.
Yeah.
Because it worked in the sense of building a universe. Because what the beginning of Iron Man takes place in the world we live in,
Whoa.
and it slowly it's like a great introduction into like, okay, here's the world we live in. Now we're going to slowly bring you into this world where there's robots and aliens and all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And it's just a
Disturbed
good
does a surprisingly good cover of that song.
They do.
of what song?
Land of Confusion.
Land of Confusion. Genesis or Phil Collins. I can't remember if it's Genesis or Phil Collins. Anyway, it's
Genesis.
Look it up.
Yeah,
It's Genesis.
It's Genesis.
I got you.
But yeah, it was a good starter film.
It was. It also mentions MySpace because it was
It was
2007 when they filmed it.
yeah.
So they got MySpace in there. If they'd waited a year, it would have been Facebook.
Right.
It was Facebook and Iron Man too.
And
I'm
then,
sure.
and then they didn't so confidently, like, because the Mummy, like, they call their shots so confidently, where they begin it with
the Dark Universe logo.
They're
and
just
it's
like, everybody, check this out.
it's like the guys
check
in
out what
high
we're gonna
school
do.
who made up a bunch of T-shirts for their band before they practiced a single time.
Anybody order a love burger? well done.
With his fucking frills. Oh, what a great movie! Solid Can't Hardly Wait reference.
But yeah, you're right. It was. Check it out, guys. We're Universal. We haven't made a bad call in a while. But wasn't Guillermo del Toro attached to that at first?
Yeah, that's
He
what the Shape
was.
of Water came from, is, I
I
believe.
think he was going to do the
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, and then he probably got frustrated dealing with Universal.
I wonder if they're gonna. This also ties into a news story we had where J.J. Abrams has joined an HBO series with Jordan Peele producing Lovecraft Country.
JJ, stay away from Jordan
Peele, yeah.
What I think is great about this is it's literally like they mashed two things together, just hard. Like
It's a
both-
book apparently. So I want to read this book because it's about like 1950s racism and also Lovecraft monsters.
Like, yeah, man.
Which I guess works because, don't know if you guys know, but Lovecraft was pretty racist. So he really hated immigrants.
I think we talked about this the last time I was on, where like I want a Cloverfield movie that's like a spy movie. I want that. Like I want a movie that's just
I want A Time to Kill
shit happening
in
with
the Cloverfield universe.
Yes, I want that.
Like, yeah.
Like I want those things where like there's these invasions and also you're like, but if the world does continue on, we got to get this shit done.
Right.
And so but this one seems like it would be.
I'm going to watch the fuck out of the show.
Look at, Jesus Christ, you're like, I don't know if they can do Jim Crow and Lovecraft monsters.
Sure
it's
they
like,
can.
Did we see Night of the Living Dead? Wasn't that kind of a whole point of it there?
It's surprisingly subtle, but yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I didn't even, the whole time watching that movie as a kid and through high school, never made that connection.
Really?
Then watch it again as an adult, I was like, oh, he's talking about racism a little bit here. Like,
just a bit.
yeah,
Just a medium amount.
that old guy that's shitty for no reason, he hates black people.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Like, sheriff shoots him at the end.
Okay.
He hates black people.
Oh, yeah.
That's a comment on that. But yeah, I'm going to watch the hell out of this show. It's just...
Yeah.
And what I was connecting it to was, Guillermo del Toro was, I think, at Universal trying to get money to make At the Mountains of Madness, which is a Lovecraft novella.
Oh, really?
It's a pretty cool one, too. And Guillermo del Toro making a Lovecraft movie would be great, right? Because he's got that.
He's done. Inspired by
yeah,
it.
done it.
Did you see Hellboy? that whole series is Lovecraft.
Yeah. He's fucking done it.
Like literally, the end of Hellboy is tentacles coming out of
from space.
Yeah, like you can't really get too far past that.
It's pretty firmly there. So maybe they'll give him money to do that now. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised there hasn't been more like Lovecraft-inspired films,
like an official adaptations.
Yeah,
it's weird that there hasn't.
There's a
been.
lot of like In the Mouth of Madness where it's
because like
John
I don't know
Carpenter.
why it happened, but he's gotten a real resurgence in popularity in the past 10 years. Not sure why, but like mid 2000s, all of a sudden
gaming had a lot to
fucking
do
dude.
with that.
Yeah,
of all
probably.
things.
Yeah. That's like when they did the reissue of Arkham Horror, and that blew up it was like 2006.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Lovecraft's everywhere.
Yeah.
good for him.
Good for him. Good for that.
Good for you,
Dead,
you
bitter
terrible,
old man.
Yeah.
rotten. South Park did a Lovecraft episode or like series of episodes, didn't they?
Yeah. With Cthulhu in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also I think it's in that episode, but when they go to the goth kid's house and they have all their stuff in the background, they have lots of copies of Arkham Horror in the background. Like Trey Parker's apparently a big board game guy, so he'll sneak him in there. Like you can see Mice and Mystics in the background of one.
Yeah.
Like he just puts them in there.
You have to get him on your.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll just call up Trey.
Trey.
Get him to come over and play some games.
The studio's not far from here.
It's in Culver, yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I know that when they had the power out that was the only time they've missed delivery of an episode. We were affected by that power out at Cracked.
Oh.
So
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is local, huh?
So movie that deserves more hype. Is that all the stuff we had?
That's all. Yeah, that's all the stuff. Unless we want to really dive into Christopher Robin.
Oh, yes, I do want to talk about that because I teared up.
Really?
That-
You're one of those people.
That teaser, and I don't do that.
Yeah. I don't get it.
You don't get the...
I grew up on a little bit of Winnie the Pooh. It's just I don't get the trailer because it was like the first part is about like a business or something.
Yeah.
And it was like this seems boring.
Christopher
like,
Robin, you need to make
Yeah.
sure the books balance or whatever the fuck they're telling
Yeah.
you.
It was
it
a
was-
Cats in
and
the
it-
Cradle-y kind of
And
ending.
it was like super boring, and then
Yeah, a little bit.
fucking a live stuffed animal. And I'm getting really there's that Peter Rabbit film too, and Paddington. I'm getting really creeped out by these movies that just take like stuffed animals now.
They said the Paddington movies are phenomenal,
I hear
right?
they're good.
They're
yeah, I'm
apparently
just
really
talking
good.
visually.
Paddington's a
speaking,
real
like, they
bear,
creep me
though.
out.
He's not a stuffed animal in the film.
That's a real bear.
He's supposed to be a real bear.
Oh,
Pretty
Jesus,
sure, right?
okay.
He's not a stuffed animal.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know. I haven't
know,
seen
but
them.
this-
I've heard they're great, and I haven't seen them.
And
I'm trying to remember from the books. I don't
the
believe
voice, the voice of Winnie. It's been that voice.
know,
It's
I
been
know,
the
it's
voice
that
of Winnie
voice,
forever. And he showed up out of nowhere, and he looked all small and cute, and he just started talking and just being very sweet.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh,
I'm just-
oh, you got me.
Is the plot that because he says like I've cracked or something, and well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's having a
mental
tremendous
breakdown
nervous
or
breakdown,
something.
yeah.
But is the plot just Hook? Is
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm wondering.
Is it like you're old, you have to come back now to this?
You want to pull people in? I mean, Hook should have been bigger because of that.
Yeah,
You know, that
that's
nostalgia
true.
factor of it.
That's also
Yeah,
a
Hook
good
is
angle. That's a good angle for a Peter Pan story. As he grew up.
It's people
Let's
don't.
watch Hook.
Yeah, we should watch Hook. It's because
Called
it's,
Chet Wild. Talk about fucking Hook.
we did the
Hook's the greatest.
Gone Fishing episode with him.
Yeah.
He just stonewalling us for an hour about
No,
Gone Fishing.
no. This is why it's great. It's not fucking good, man. It's not.
It's a bad
Chet, are
movie.
you listening? It's a bad movie. Stop saying it's a good movie.
I think it's like I think Chet like 30% likes that film, and then
70% likes that everybody else hates it.
Yeah.
It's- but yeah, people forget that Hook was a bomb. It was a failure.
It's a great film though. It's fucking Spielberg.
It's Spielberg making up.
Yeah, it holds up way more when I watch it now.
You know what? It's weirdly if you've read Peter Pan, it's like a pretty good adaptation of Peter Pan. It like directly references a lot of stuff from the book, and so after reading Peter Pan and then going back and watching Hook, I'm like, oh, they gave a shit about this movie. Like,
Yeah, I liked the Rufio character.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
Like-
Dante Bosco.
Oh yeah.
He's all tatted up now.
He made a. Did he make it or he was kickstarting?
He was kickstarting like a Rufio sequel.
which is like I don't think you can do that legally, but sure, I'll give you money. Like,
Is it public domain?
I don't know.
The other thing
Peter
too
Pan
is the
is.
Peter
Peter Pan
Pan.
is,
Yeah.
Rufio.
Well, except Peter Pan. Here's an interesting thing about Peter Pan: is it's technically public domain, but the characters themselves are owned by an orphanage.
Yeah, he gave J.M. Barrie, I think, gave the play rights to the orphanage.
Yeah.
It's a strange difference.
There's a comic
distinction
book
of the
called
name.
Fables. Mm-hmm. You're familiar with it?
Oh, yeah.
Where
like 12 of the
okay,
traits.
so originally the adversary was supposed to be Peter Pan,
Oh,
and then he saw the story and was like, I can't do that.
yeah.
He didn't want to like
Take money from
take
these
it from the
orphans,
orphanage, for DC. So he decided to switch it to the other character. Read Fables, by the way.
Fables
it's great.
is excellent. You know what's really good is the Telltale adventure game that they made on it, Wolf Among Us.
Oh yeah,
It's like a prequel to the
good.
comic, but it's real good.
Yeah.
it is. And
Fucking Sheriff Bigby Wolf trying to solve a murder.
Cinderella of Fables is a really great
The
comic as well.
there's the what's it called? Fairest. It's like another spin-off
Yeah.
series, and they do one that's Rapunzel, and it's fucking crazy.
It's so good. The Cinderella one is a spy. It's a spy book. And the art is by Sean McManus. Is unbelievable. And then the covers are by Chrissy Zullo. And it's just this really gorgeous... It's
Yeah,
this
they're
gorgeously packaged, incredibly great spy comic.
The Rapunzel one is a body horror comic. She
Really?
it's like she's got, I forget what they call them, but they're basically hairballs, but she keeps like vomiting up like her
Jesus.
hair. It's fucked up.
So cool.
Like It is wild.
Yeah, Fables was this really great Eisner Award-winning comic book that Once Upon a Time then stole and made
Ripped
into a TV
off and
show.
made an
Poorly.
inferior version of, wildly inferior version of.
So good.
Fables is excellent.
I'm gonna go read. No, I'm not. I don't have the time. But I was like, I'm gonna go back and read my Fables comics.
I think Marina and I have like all the trades.
I have 12 or 13 trades.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. It's done, right?
I think so. Bill Willingham, good job.
Also, tough name, William Willingham.
Right?
It's a good name.
Of the Wilmington Willinghams.
It's like. So, what's a movie that deserves more hype?
Well, we got two.
Oh man,
There's one that's more. That's like a movie I legitimately want to see. It's from Denmark. It's called The Guilty. It's coming out, I believe, in like June. I want to say. Yeah, June. Only in Denmark. I don't know if it has a U.S. release. It takes place in a single room, which usually can either mean a really good or a really bad movie. This one is about a police dispatcher, an emergency dispatcher, who's like a disgraced police officer who's been demoted to this position.
Like Farva.
Yeah, it's a farva, yeah. And it's just
delicious.
him dealing with one kidnap victim who calls in, and that's the movie. And apparently there's way more to it than that. It's talking about how it's
there's been a
kind of like it has a lot to do with like the abuse of power of police and stuff like that. Like, I don't think he makes the best decisions from like he's like a detective or a cop who's been demoted, and so he's trying to like prove himself through this phone call. And I guess things go really wrong. That's as much as I know about it. I don't want to learn more about it. But I'm always into a movie that takes place in a single location.
There's been a few of those. I say lately. It's in the past couple of years. There's that one with Tom Hardy, which is just him in a car.
Right, and there's Pontypool, which was one of my favorite zombie films. You never see a zombie in it. Have you seen Pontypool?
No.
It takes place entirely at a radio
station. He's a DJ.
And it's just him hearing calls.
Hey, you're not Rock and Ricky fans! It's one of my favorite lines in Gremlins. Because Rock and Ricky fans would break in.
And yeah.
And then he
Apparently
sees
a thing
them.
that happens.
And he sees them, and his immediate reaction is, "You monsters coming to kill me. You're not fans of mine."
Half-tall reptile goblins.
Such a perfect... I'm sorry to mean to derail
No, what
this,
is
but
this?
like in Gremlins, when they're on the radio, he's like, "It's been a real tough night for Rock and Ricky, but I'm still with it." And all of a sudden you hear like the crash.
That's later. It's at this point. That one, he's like, I'm getting real tired of people calling in with these things about monsters. And then you hear them break in. It's like, hey, you're not Rock and Ricky fans.
Which also means that Rock and Ricky killed all those gremlins that came after him later. Like, I need Rock and Ricky's story. Because that line where he goes, "Hey, you're not Rock and Ricky fans," is the funniest thing. It's so... If you really put into context the whole around that story... Like, if you just kind of build around it, it's the funniest thing in the world. That, like, the local radio DJ, the whole town's getting murdered by these monsters. Cops getting killed and shit. It's like this crazy... Yeah. And then this guy's still on the air. Gremlins break in. His immediate reaction is getting angry that they're not his fans.
Oh, yeah. This is his whole world.
And then later on, you find out that he was victorious against a gaggle of gremlins.
Yeah, we need to know his story.
That's the Gremlins prequel that I want to see.
Yeah.
That's what we need. It's the Rock and Ricky story. What was the other movie you had?
I think more people have heard of it. This was a surprise to me. It's called The Hurricane Heist.
I've heard of this.
Okay, I hadn't until today, which surprised me because it's coming out this week. It's probably by the time this podcast, when is this podcast coming out? Friday? It'll be out on that day, which is the day people are listening.
The Hurricane Heist.
Yeah, it's the director of the Fast and the Furious and Triple X, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a heist film during a hurricane.
It's hard rain.
It's hard rain, but again. So I'm always
I want
for
there to
that.
be a sequel to Hard Rain. It's called Hard Rain again.
Yeah. I fucking love Hard Rain. That's an underappreciated
Hard Rain a second time.
Yeah.
It's Christian Slater, right?
Yeah. Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, Randy Quaid.
Christian Slater was in jail when that came out.
Probably.
Yeah.
That was right around the time that he bit his girlfriend and punched a guy that came to her aid.
Which one is this? Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah. No, Christian Slater.
Yeah.
It could have been 2/3 of those people.
Yeah. This isn't really about the hurricane heist, more about Hard Rain, but everybody should go see Hard Rain.
In the theaters.
Go to your
There will be a
Amazon
screening
and
of Hard Rain somewhere in your town.
It's a really well-made movie. The opening shot is fucking a sweeping shot across the town.
It's a solid mix
and then
of...
it just goes over a mountain and zooms into the street, cranes in the street, and like lands right on, I think, Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
Like it's this.
It's a
long
solid
tracking
mix
shot
of like
that's clearly like three
effects
different
and
shots.
models, and then an actual
There's a
in the set.
jet ski chase in a high school.
Oh, I'm
Flooded
into
high
it.
school.
I'm into
Oh,
that.
it's so fucking good. Hard Rain is so good. And if the hurricane
Ed Asner
heist
gets
is,
shot.
What?
Isn't it Ed Asner?
Oh,
His
spoilers. But
elderly
yeah.
partner?
Yeah.
Nothing
I
could
believe so.
kill Ed Asner, though.
Bullets, apparently.
Nope. Ed Asner's still going. He looks the same as he did
Ed
20
Asner
years
has been
ago.
90 years old for like 50 years.
Yeah.
playing the man on the Boondocks. Or J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man.
Radioactive Spider-Man. Spider-Blood.
Spider-Blood. Radioactive Spider-Blood. What?
They ran out of words. They're just like Spider-Blood, Spider-Man.
That's a pretty...
It was alright.
Yeah. I've been watching the Tick
How is
cartoon.
Tick
Oh, the
cartoon is
cartoon?
great.
Cartoon.
that? Oh yeah, that's great.
It
Every-
holds up. The fact that it's not on everybody's top lists of best cartoons is upsetting.
It is incredibly well written.
It's brilliantly written
I
and
think
clean. It's a cleanly written
Yeah.
cartoon. It's not like with like Rick and Morty, for example, which I love, but it's like clearly dark and they can say fuck.
yeah.
And they swear in it and whatever. But like the Tick is just a good natured love letter to wacky superhero sci-fi.
Which is the original comic is kind of dark. But what's interesting is that I think every adaptation of The Tick is really good.
Yeah.
The most recent one
How
that's on
is the-
Amazon,
I
it's
haven't
good.
watched
great.
it yet.
It's
It's
good.
good.
Yeah.
They really cover mental health. Mental health is covered
Really?
in a very interesting way. Yeah. Well, 'cause go ahead.
Oh. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, like, a lot of it is just what's real and what isn't, and are people okay
Yeah.
with what they're saying? It's good. It's cool.
The early 2000s one with Patrick Warburton. I
Yeah, that was
like
good.
every version of The Tick has been good, and I think part of it's because the writer-creator Ben Edlund has written all of them.
Yep.
Is the only problem with the Tick is that just not enough people watch it?
I think so.
It's just not that popular, and so they know it's good, but it doesn't seem to succeed. Every time they make a new version, it lasts a couple seasons.
It did.
And I don't hear
It did well on Amazon. I think it was their highest.
It's the only one of their
Watch.
new ones that they've renewed.
I
I'm
think-
very mad that Van Johnson didn't get renewed.
know,
By
right?
the way, because that season one, the jokes in Van Johnson were so good. Like everything about it, it was just written so well, and he did such a good job of having fun with the role.
Right, and making fun of himself.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen
The
it.
first
you
episode.
need to watch the first
First
season.
episode,
Well, it got canceled.
he does the splits and can't get back up, and the henchman
We can't
just,
go all the way down.
henchman just knocks him out. Like it's really good. It's it's really funny.
Yeah, definitely. It's on Amazon. You can watch it.
Yeah.
But like,
That's a shame it got
please
canceled.
do.
All right, well, that's it. Jeff, where can we find you online?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Hey There Jeffro, HeyThere Jeffro. If you're in LA, the second Friday of every month, which would be tonight, come to Mint on Card. Great show in a toy store. That is just, we're gonna have there to have a good time. So come by.
Yeah.
Star Trek plates.
They do have
Cheap
Star Trek
Orion
plates.
plate.
They do have.
You can
There's
get a
lots
cheap
of cool
Orion
stuff there.
plate.
They have all of the character posters for Batman Forever.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of really
All of
cool
them.
stuff there. It's a great spot. So
Yeah,
come on by.
it's a really good show.
All right, well, thanks for coming and talking.
I can't wait to be on the next one.
An unexpected
Sweet.
Mortal Kombat digression.
A lot of
That better
it.
stay. That better stay
Oh, it's
time.
you. Wait, I'll probably cut this. All right. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening.
Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.